Hey YouTube, we are continuing our replay coverage of Nwpo, Vatira, releasing these in the same order as the live games on YouTube. If you guys wanted to watch these EU1s that were not recorded live by me, they were recorded live by Rizzo over on twitch.tv/Rizzo, but I have your YouTube coverage of the matches here today. Nwpo and Vatira, a matchup between two players that honestly could both maybe win the tournament. That's what's so crazy about the way that a lot of the top EU players have been performing. We saw Moxie and Nas win tournaments, but we could see Rabas, TRK, Zen, Nwpo, Drowley, Vatira, all 8 of the players that are in this playoff bracket, in theory, could win it all. I could see a world. Now, I think the reality is there are players much more heavily favored than others, but I bet you people did not put Nas in that list. They might put him in there now, only because he proved he could get the win, and for all we know, one of these 8 are exactly the same way. Once they get the win, then everyone will look back and say, well, of course, he could have won. But it's Nwpo and Vatira. They're both on their last lives. We are in the lower bracket now. These guys are finishing, I believe, 6th and 7th, respectively. Nwpo getting 6th, and Vatira getting 7th. Technically tied with Drowley at 7th, but because he had more points in the most recent salt mine, he gets the seed edge over Drowley. So Drowley gets that final seed, that last place seed, and Nwpo and Vatira find each other matched up in the middle ground. Nwpo with a 4-0 lead and a reset double. These guys are always going to play an exciting series, but especially Nwpo, when he is on his game, can be one of the most exciting. Not the most exciting. I think maybe Zen, when he was feeling it, or when he still is feeling it. You know, he has sparks of it still. It's just back in the day, it used to be every single moment of his game. Might be one of the most exciting. And then probably Dark. I know everyone here on YouTube is like, when Dark's hitting, nothing's more exciting, and that's probably true. But Dark having a bit of a tougher time in these highly competitive situations. What a recovery from Nwpo. He has not allowed Vatira to score. Doesn't want to change that just yet. Vatira, by the way, I don't know why his name is like nothing. It's like empty. There's something wrong with the replay. I imagine you can't play with an empty name. Maybe you can. But either way, just an empty name block. That's Vatira, trust me. Nwpo making it 6-1 in the first couple minutes. Not even the full first couple minutes. Vatira, as he looks to mix it up in an attempt to get back in this game, goes for the fake kickoff, a wise decision, and possession earned. Now Nwpo stealing challenge was enough to convince Vatira not to take the ball. In fact, it was so much so that Vatira doesn't even end up touching it. He just eventually backs off. Nwpo showing the value behind staying moving in defense, covering out those options, and might be able to completely stop your offender from even wanting to touch the ball. You may convince him completely to just let you have it, which is what he did there. And, you know, not for no reason. Oh, Vatira, that would have been a nice scoop, but it is slightly off target. And I think it was almost the right decision for Vatira. I mean, not fully to leave it, but still, the mix-up as he reacted to Nwpo defensively probably was the right decision. Nwpo a little too much movement in net this time, and that has always been his downfall. As he jumps on the inside of his net and can't get back off of it to get the save. Still, he has carved himself out a healthy lead that he just needs to hold on to now in game 1. Vatira, his reset leads to nothing because Nwpo able to challenge before the position where Vatira would have been able to use it. I think he needed to fall a little bit farther before the double threat option becomes available that high up. Nwpo knows he's not having to worry about the reset just yet. Nwpo, this is really just a clearing touch. Has a couple options. He can try and steal the boost. That's probably the worst of all the options. He'll get counterattacked. Another option is to try and dive and go for the demo. Also very tough, but lots of players will try and do it. The other option was the one he took, which is just back off. Say, screw it, that possession is over for me. Vatira sends this one high. a reset going for... Oh my goodness. How does he place it top left too? Just unbelievable ground pinch. I mean, a lot of the times you assume players are just going for maximum power on those because that's usually enough. But no, he wants maximum power and the perfect placement. Wow. The air dribble double over the top right of Vatira, and there it is. He got a forfeit out of him. So 8-2 in game number 1 to favor Nwpo. Game 2. Nwpo and Vatira, or as this replay file has, empty name. I don't know if he played his empty name or not. But either way, he's on the orange team. Nwpo getting a little overexcited on this wave dash. Did not get a ton of movement on the ball, just kind of carried it out to Vatira's hands. Got a recovery for the save. Now Vatira in the corner. Boost advantage for him. Wants the demo. Nwpo hides inside the net using that post in the wall in order to make it tough for Vatira to get a bump with speed. But Vatira gets ultimately what he wants, which is the goal. So getting Nwpo to back off. Wavy able to tap this away as Nwpo takes a dribble to the skies, just protecting the ball out of the corner. Seemed like maybe he was looking for a demo attempt on Vatira, or at least a bump attempt. Thought there were two results, either a bump or he chips the ball and takes it away. It becomes possession of his. Now a dribble all the way from the back wall. Ends up being a fake as Nwpo fakes again on his wave dash. He got Vatira up in the air, but he could not get it behind him. Poise from Vatira keeps him from getting scored on so far in this game number 2. He wants a pinch. It's on target. Nwpo declines. He doesn't want to get clipped on today. Now he actually has space of his own. Vatira floats high. Nwpo tried to keep it up over the top of him, but Vatira able to use a ton of boost to slow his descent and stay in the play. Nwpo now playing off the bounce. The reset into a demo, and it should be a freebie. Not a bad decision to go for the demo considering the way he set the dribble up. There was really no way he was going to be able to get the ball in the net without letting it bounce off the back wall and having there be no defender, which is what he was end up able to get. Vatira, a little physical play off the kickoff, and a 2-1 lead. Kickoff advantage, Nwpo. As his front flip is double jumped into the crossbar. Fake. Vatira tried his best to recover and actually did. Nwpo wanted to bump him in order to punish him for jumping initially, but he actually dodged both, but he did not dodge the way back. Thought he had already gotten himself out of the woods. Nwpo disagrees. Tie game. Nwpo just bumped Vatira ahead. Vatira couldn't get the angle though. Seemed like maybe Nwpo was just assisting his demise. What great, wow. I mean, that's such great use of flip and boost. I mean, that just goes to show the efficiency and what people call speed. You know, Nwpo was at so little, both speed and boost, and he uses his speed flip and the boost perfectly to get into a very powerful shot out of nothing. And it's that kind of efficiency that we see as just maximum speed. Nwpo able to get the save after Vatira forcing the ball down to the ground and trying to pinch the 50 out on target. He has another great opportunity. Wow, what a save from Nwpo. Absolutely not going down without a fight. Now in and out of the net, another save. Actually elected not to go for the back corner boost. Maybe that's because he recognized if he played the ball, he could get the midfield. He shot this one low. He actually attacked the corner here early, which is leading to a later recovery, but it's not going to matter. And there it is. The counterattack shot and the demo. That is just to accent what he already knew was a goal. A bit of wall dashes to celebrate. So 4-2 as Nwpo seems to be on his game. Interesting wave dash in the corner as he 180s. Talk about players starting to try and integrate that a little bit more often in ways that they can control. Nwpo will take this into a wall to air dribble after getting Vatira to back off. Actually surprised he didn't use the reset early. It seemed like Vatira was attacking low. But Nwpo plays the safer option and shows why he's the top ones player. And I'm just watching the game back. Vatira, low 50, allowing Nwpo to swing back into the play and pass him the ball off the sidewall. 37 seconds and 2 goals. Likely includes a blunder on a kickoff from Nwpo or a mix-up like this one from Vatira. And the delay kickoff now has him with 33 seconds to get just one. Will he go delay again? No, this time a standard kickoff. It falls into the orange half. Vatira has to make something happen on very little boost. A roll at the sidewall. He's going for the pinch. That is mostly just a clear. A bit greedy. I think if Nwpo, had challenged him there, could have resulted in a really poor recovery. A ball that didn't send across the entire field and might have led to a score. But right now, Vatira is desperate for the answer. Needs something. He is going to air dribble from the side wall at 0 seconds. Nwpo pre-jump back down to the ground, and Vatira absolutely booms the ball to the stratosphere and off the backboard as Nwpo takes a 2-0 lead. Vatira going to need 3 straight if he wants to advance. The winner of Nwpo Vatira looking to play the loser of the upper bracket semifinal. Just trying to remember quickly which side of the bracket they're playing on. Oh yes, TRK. The winner of Nwpo Vatira looking to play TRK in the next round. So not the easiest of matchups there. One that I'm sure these guys feel they're ready for before Vatira starts thinking about that. He has a Nwpo up 2-0 on him. Vatira tapping this down to the ground. Nwpo able to slots as he gets on the board shortly after the start of the game. Nwpo going to follow Vatira into the corner here. He expects him to have to make a defensive play, and you see him power sliding around the ball in order to pin Vatira back in net, not allow him to go to the corner boost, and therefore make it not the worst decision ever that he's staying in the play. This one is a little bit more interesting because Vatira has now grabbed the 100, has clean possession. Nwpo is going to be forced back in it. He tried to stay. He's now sent all the way back, but late, and Vatira scores on him. So that was Nwpo trying to be aggressive, testing Vatira for sure, saying, I don't think you have what it takes to keep this possession away from me and hit a successful counterattack air dribble. But it's Vatira after all. Soft touch from Vatira, collecting into a bounce dribble. That's a great flick. Side flipping out from underneath the ball to use that launch. Give himself a 3-1 lead. Nwpo a little camera checks to see what Vatira is up to. It's going to be an air dribble bump, and he scores 2 things, both Vatira and the ball, as he keeps himself within 1. A diagonal kickoff, and Vatira is going to completely fake it. Gets a quick possession, tried to use a zap dash in order to get back to the ball. Almost had an opportunity across the net into the bottom left. But Nwpo does recover. Wall dashing to save the bit of boost he does have, and now he has 35 to work with because of it. Is going to become relevant in the air dribble bump. Maybe it was, but either way, Vatira has the save. Nwpo doing what he likes to do best, turning back on the play. He's not even able to get the 100 boost, but he doesn't worry about it. He'll play off pads as Vatira forces him back. The boost spawns late, and neither one of them get it. Vatira had an opening, but missed his opening high. Still in possession control, though. And now with boost against the boostless defender, Nwpo will be able to reset. Vatira goes ceiling heights. Oh, what a shot. Just so dirty. Wave dashing from the right side of the ball over to the left. Using that redirection. When I say it's redirection, I mean the ball is just falling to the ground, but he made it seem like he'd be attacking to send the ball left. Instead, placed it so far away right. Air dribble resets. He's going to need more air time underneath that reset if he wanted to get over the top of a pre-jump to Vatira. Pretty hard to find that sweet spot where he both pops it over the top and doesn't send it over the crossbar. He was searching for it. Couldn't find it. Now Nwpo. Not sure what the plan is for this low dribble at almost below single jump height. Vatira does not want to back off with Nwpo in control of the ball. And I don't even think he necessarily needs to back off a ton. A lot of players will just move a few yards out of the corner and still successfully pin somebody back. But no, Vatira wanted to be on ball with Nwpo in the corner. A true pest in 1v1. Can certainly frustrate guys like Nwpo. Also can be dangerous. He is so quick. Once he has control, he gets a clean opportunity. You might be watching him as he stares you down, running the ball into your net. Right now, that's not the case. Nwpo has struggled to find an opening. Vatira has covered it. You don't win defensive MVP awards for nothing. He just needs to hold Nwpo off for 3 goals. Demo for Nwpo. But a respawn for Vatira. The fake out to the ball forces Nwpo up early. It's pushed to the back wall. It's likely one that will be cleared. Vatira has enough to work with. He actually plays it slow, kind of keeps Nwpo around before launching the speed on the ground contact. Guarantees it goes over the top, but the last thing Vatira wants is a dribble that lands in front of Nwpo. One that he can keep on the orange half, but it's not going to matter because he eventually earns his possession either way. Now, within 23 seconds. A comeback could be huge for Nwpo, who wants to end the series now. It's a wall to air dribble intercepted by Vatira. That is a huge pre-jump by Vatira. A read that Nwpo had no choice but to play that dribble off the wall. Got up long before it ever started. What a play from Nwpo. The backboard double is an aggressive play, and it's successful late. When you're a guy like Nwpo, apparently those long-distance doubles are no big deal. Vatira just missed the boost. It's an opportunity for Nwpo, but he sent that at the ground. I think if Vatira wasn't even there, that was hitting the ground. So it's going to be a Vatira win as he sends it to game number 4. Vatira not going down without a fight. And he is on the board in the Salt Mine 3 playoffs. Nwpo going to send the first possession that Vatira earned up high into the corner. Drove through the play in hopes for a demo, but Vatira gets the long shot. Gets the first goal all the same. Vatira had a fairly consistent performance. I think he finished 3rd in the groups every single stage of the Salt Mine. And then lost in the lower bracket quarterfinal in the first playoffs. Did he do the same? Oh, sorry, that was the second playoffs, but I think he might have done the same in the first. No, he did win the first. Yeah, he beat Cal that first time around, but then lost to Vatira. So hasn't really been able to break in. No top 4s. And I think coming into this event, people had Vatira fairly highly rated, but I don't think they had him in the top 4 or cracking through, the players that are both talented and have a little bit more experience in ones. Vatira, there's no question that he came into the ones game, before Zen was playing, came into the ones game, as the best player in the world in threes. I think some players still would have him, or some fans still would have him there, as Zen faltering a little bit in the offseason. But we're talking about a guy who has yet to lose an RLCS tournament, so I think it's fair to say he's probably still number one. Let's see him lose an RLCS tournament first, as Vatira outplays Nwpo to get a third. Nwpo trying to prevent what will have to be a reverse sweep if Vatira is going to bring it back. Nwpo chip and field, boost steal. Is going to try and power slide around the ball. He was hoping for a chip that went over the top of Vatira. Wow, that is such an aggressive play from Nwpo, and I love it. He is so fun to watch. Felt like there was a world in which he could do that without power, but he went for, he wanted to break the back of the net. He wanted to get a double off the backboard at a tight angle and have the ball rip through the net on the other side. It's just slightly off target. Now a dribble from his own back corner. The placement is perfect, but Vatira is there defensively. Have to credit Vatira on that save. 99% of defenders defending that shot from Nwpo let it through. And the ball is placed in that top right corner behind where the defender is setting up. It's just guys like Vatira who can keep him out on occasion. Doing so leads to an eventual 3-goal lead. Vatira, a kickoff win. Nwpo backed off. Tries to play the cadence of his dribble a bit unpredictable before taking the hook shot. Nwpo still able to make the save. We're talking about good defensive efforts. Should be credited there. It's decent placement from Vatira that Nwpo was able to erase. Now Vatira trying to win out of 50 in the midfield. I think he knows he has boost advantage, but he no longer does, as he wanted to force the ball towards net. Nwpo able to make it not happen, and now did he actually get that in? Wow. He played his 50 such that even though Vatira touched the ball and slowed it down, it does still fall in the nets. Nwpo would take a demo if Vatira stayed grounded. Vatira too good to allow that to happen in the corner. Oh, Vatira, what a strong takeout to the midfield. And what a... Oh my goodness, no way Vatira scores this. Wow. This is ridiculous from Vatira. His ability to get back around that ball after such a strong touch away from the net. And ultimately is able to score it. Vatira is absolutely filthy. The level of play you see, especially in the EU side from everybody in the Salt line. Certainly something to behold. Delay kickoff into the wave dash. Vatira sends it to the ceiling. Not a ton he can do when the ball is that far ahead of him. No real adjustments to be made. Have to just go try and protect it and hope for the best. Nwpo an air dribble bump on the counter. And he is within one. Kickoff win for Nwpo. Wants to intercept Vatira in net. Vatira does dodge it. Oh, the wall dashes. You see players using this a ton as they drive up the corner edges of the walls to gain speed even. Not even just to keep speed, since they normally eat a bit of speed. Turning them into a speed gaining opportunity. That's what all the top players are doing now. Nwpo, he's got a full field dribble to tie the game. 30 seconds. Gets his reset with ease, as he always does. It's going to be a fake and a bouncing ball directly into nets. 29 seconds. Little camera check from Vatira to see what he's dealing with. He does go for the fake as he catches Nwpo past the play. couldn't get the long shot, so will be a Nwpo possession. He wave dashes past the ball, able to reverse, get back up for this 50 in time. Clock winding down. Vatira able to place this away from Nwpo. The backflip challenge gave him the opportunity, and I think Nwpo, he wasn't expecting as good of a shot from Vatira. Now, in the final seconds, Vatira is going to cut the ball away, keep it grounded, and force a Game 5 against Nwpo. Game 5. One more game to finish the reverse sweep if you're Vatira. Not an easy thing to do, but he has certainly been playing at a level that it is more than possible. The way he played in game number 4, a few of the shots he hits, it's hard to see anybody playing at that level not being able to pull out the win. But the problem is, on the other side of the field is a guy who has also reached that level at many times during this series. Nice read from Vatira, taking the ball to ceiling heights. Sees that Nwpo is going to challenge there, gets the ball quickly back down underneath a range that Nwpo can reach. Gets it into that. Wants a pinch. Oh, it's on target. Oh, no, it's not. Just barely off. Little camera check from Nwpo to see how much he's going to be able to get away with allowing this ball to bounce back out to the midfield. And maybe not as much as he thought he was going to, as Vatira is able to dive and really stop him from getting anything going. Now intercepting at ceiling height this setup. Because Nwpo's going to be forced back, no boost. Can't afford to go grab that midfield, as that would just leave an opportunity for Vatira. Be a mistouch from Vatira on the back wall, but not really sure what the game plan is there from Nwpo. He's just hoping for a miss maybe from Vatira as he centers the ball. One of late. I don't think even that's a flip. I think it was just a nice air roll late in order to play that around Nwpo. That is the way that these guys control this air roll left and right. Get so much power and allow the car to be unaffected by the ball touches. I'm sure you've watched before and wondered why it seems that the pros' cars don't seem to get knocked off course like you do when you go for your air dribble. That effortless control of the air rolls. Now Vatira, the bounce dribble. There's enough height underneath it for the steal to happen. As Nwpo tries to hit Vatira with the same shots that he got hit with to start the game. The difference, Vatira waiting on the back wall, not challenging at the ceiling like Nwpo was. So 2 minutes in, no offense for Nwpo. Not the end of the world, because it is Vatira only with 2 goals. But Nwpo will have to figure something out if he wants to bring it back. Laying off the ceiling. No window of opportunity ever arises. Vatira keeps it all close shut. It's going to be a boost steal for Nwpo, recognizing he can hit that corner and get back to the play. Wants a wall dash or a bump. Gets neither, or I should say wall dash and a bump. And Vatira gets to shoot on an open net. So oftentimes you could see the frustration from somebody who is looking to get some offense going when they have not been able to. And Nwpo still on 0 as Vatira controls the ball. As the reset, not enough movement on this one. Nwpo's save is not quick enough to be able to strike an open net. Vatira will return. Making the first touch, Vatira in the air. Did he stop this from being a goal? No, he did not. So a soft enough touch from Nwpo. He puts a ton of power behind this when he's expecting a 50. He is almost helping Vatira clear it. Because a lot of times that power is gained from the opposition when you're the defender. Nwpo touches it soft to make sure the clear is not strong. Sticks around long enough for him to follow up. The zap dash from Vatira doesn't lead to anything. It does lead to a shadow defense and a backflip challenge, so maybe it does lead to something. That should be a goal, though. Vatira just missed. Gonna go high. Nwpo cleans up the crossbar. Vatira got to be shaking his head after not converting that opportunity. still has the lead, but I'm sure he would appreciate a nice 3-goal lead instead of 2. Nwpo delayed shots. Very straightforward play here late. Vatira not going to have an issue stopping that, but like many times it is in Rocket League 1v1, straightforward start. It's not about the start. It's about the extended possession. And Nwpo steals that back corner boost and converts on the extended possession. He wants a kickoff goal to tie it up, and that is not what he gets. It's crossbar down and out. In fact, it's the opposite of what he gets. It's Vatira extending it back to 2. And now Nwpo got to be punching the table a little bit, as he felt like he was probably inches away from a tie game. Vatira getting really cheeky. Super delay. I think we saw that work from him earlier. It's not going to work this time, as Nwpo slightly guides the ball off target. Speeding back to this ball. Oh my goodness, Nwpo refuses to slow down and finds a way to score. He ends up bouncing that off the ground, but doesn't matter. Plays it with such speed. Oh, a direct kickoff goal. 4-4. Vatira trying to hold on. We've seen him fake and, play delayed kickoffs in the past. He decides not to do that late. Oh, he decides not to do that late twice. And now from down to tied, as all of a sudden all the cards are in Nwpo's hands. It's another kickoff, and it's another win by Nwpo. I mean, there's no other way to cut it. If Nwpo's able to hold on, it's going to be really hard to shake off the memory of those kickoffs. Wait a second, Vatira. He dashes to gain control, and it's a kickoff again. If I'm Vatira, I'm half flipping. But Vatira goes to the kickoff, and Nwpo is forced into his back corner. Not a bad possession from Vatira. I said I'm half flipping, but this wasn't the end of the world. Does at least slow Nwpo down, although he doesn't get first possession. Nwpo is going to try and go for 0-second wonder shot. Vatira looking to clear it away, but wants to keep it up. That ball will finally hit ground, so it is going to be Game 5 overtime between Nwpo and Vatira. Another kickoff. I'd love to see a safer option from Vatira, and that's what he did. He goes for wave dash kickoff. I think that's a good idea, the way the kickoffs have been going for him lately. As he tries to stop the bleeding. I think he has. He has himself on offense again. Nwpo, a long shot that never stands a chance, but it wasn't about scoring. It's about getting Vatira in net. And he did dash that. Oh, nice coverage. Vatira, decent fake. Threatened that flick during the 360 to make it look like he was going over the top. Vatira. Oh, I thought Nwpo was going to be able to score there. It's slightly wide. Nwpo, another opportunity. The side flip is in. Nwpo will advance the Game 5 victory. Vatira could not quite hold on, but a battle of complete titans over here in the EU lower bracket quarterfinal.